Hey, so I thought with my videos it'd be best to kind of start from the beginning, from where I first knew about any fertility issues that I had. And first and foremost, it's PCOS, which is polycystic ovary syndrome. And I'll be honest, I don't really even know that much about it. I've tried to do all the research that I can, but it's still something that I am not quite, like, I'm not a doctor. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I just know the symptoms that I feel, and that it is in a way treatable, and that it causes infertility. But I mean, like, obviously when you look online, it will have the scientific definition, or it will tell you more about it. I mean, before I did this video, I had a quick look online. I actually wrote down, when I wrote in polycystic ovary syndrome definition, the first thing that I saw was, it says women with PCOS have hormonal imbalance and metabolism problems that may affect their overall health and appearance. PCOS is also a common and treatable cause of infertility. And that's the first thing that popped up really when I googled it. So doesn't actually tell me what's going on inside. At some point I thought it was cysts, and now on more research I found out it's not cysts, it's follicles, empty follicles, or something like that. But again, yeah, I don't I don't really even know what it is. When I found out about it, I didn't really think anything of it. So let me tell you, obviously, how I was diagnosed. This was back in 2012, and I had a kidney infection. So I was in hospital for a little bit, and they done an internal scan, and that was how they found it. And they just kind of said to me, oh, by the way, you got, polycystic ovaries. We'll look into that at some point. And I was just like, okay. Like, it was kind of just like, I guess you know what you're talking about. When actually no one spoke to me about it after. I had to do my own research. And through my own research, I realised that a lot of the issues that I was having growing up was because of polycystic ovaries, and that it was actually a big part of me. For example, symptoms of polycystic ovaries are missed or irregular periods, excessive hair, like body hair or hair thinning on your head, infertility, obviously, something called anovulation, which is when you don't ovulate that month, darkening of the skin, acne, weight gain, or unmanageable weight. So you might gain weight, and it's very, very, very difficult to manage your weight, even when you get to a point that you're happy with. And I pretty much, except maybe the darkening of the skin, I pretty much have all of those things. Oh, and painful periods. That was my first sign. Painful periods was the first thing when I thought, okay, there's something not quite right. Because I would be in school, and it'd be my time of the month, I'd be on my period, and I wouldn't be able to concentrate in lessons. And it got to the point where they were so painful that I was crying in class, and multiple times I was sent home in pain, and I was told to just sleep it off, or whatever I needed to do until the pain went. And I think that was when I realised that it wasn't quite normal. My friends and the other girls at school didn't have to get sent home because they were in so much pain, and it got to the point where I just thought I was being a baby, so I tried to hide it a little bit as I got older, but the pain was still there. And so yeah, when I did find out about it, I was obviously diagnosed. blew my mind a little bit, because I was like, okay, this makes sense why I have all of these issues that have no answers to, and I finally got my answer. And yeah, no one really wants to hear that they've got polycystic ovaries, especially when you're just kind of told at a hospital, oh, by the way, you've got polycystic ovaries, and then, you know, it's not really explained to you when you go to the doctor and stuff. So I knew from when I did my research that I was going to have trouble conceiving. I just had a feeling. And I tried to go to the doctor about it, and they wouldn't see me or talk to me about polycystic ovaries until I was trying to have a baby. And even when I did start trying to have a baby, they said you have to be trying for a year to even get us to talk to you. So I was like, right, okay, this is going to be a long road. But yeah, polycystic ovaries can affect women so much. I went to the doctor and I told them this is what I was told in the hospital. I think they did some prodding, I guess, on my stomach. I can't really remember what else they did. I don't know what other tests there are. I think it's only if you see it, but it would have been on my records, I guess, from when I was in hospital. They would have been able to pull it up. And they basically said the best way to manage my symptoms, so the excessive hair, the acne, the weight gain, all of that, was to go on the pill. And it was like a different pill. It was, what was it called? It was called Yasmin. And they said to me, you know, this pill is the contraceptive pill, and it's gonna stop your symptoms. It will regulate your periods. You take the week break. You do 3 weeks on, a week off. That kind of cycle was my pill. And so it regulated my periods. They were still quite painful, but it did settle the pain a little bit. The excess hair that I had, you know, growing up, had kind of, you know, I would wax or things like that, and it would take longer for the hair to grow back, whereas when I wasn't on the pill, it just grew back straight away, which I realised even more when I came off the pill to start trying. I was like, whoa. I don't remember it being this bad, but yeah, it was insane. Spots were the same when I came off the pill to start trying. It was like, wow, that pill was really helping with my symptoms, because I came off the pill and I was getting spots everywhere. The weight gain, I came off the pill and I put weight on like crazy. So all of my symptoms basically came rushing back, and it was a shock to the system to be reminded of what I'd grown up with. But again, that's just something that I have to deal with. But yeah, so that's something, when I was researching my polycystic ovaries, I didn't realise that the pill would help. When I spoke to other doctors about it, they said that, you know, certain pills aren't good and things like that, but I can honestly say I feel this pill did help me. With my mood, it didn't really help. I was not happy a lot of the time when I was on the pill, but I think that's anytime you're on a contraceptive pill. I don't think it matters which one. I think there are just bad symptoms for all of them. But my polycystic ovary syndrome symptoms did get a lot better. That's not to say that you need to rush out and go and get the pill if you feel like you have these symptoms, or, you know, if you have painful periods and you think, oh, okay, I must have polycystic ovaries. Please don't self-diagnose. Go to the GP if you do feel like you've got really bad periods, very painful or heavy periods, or irregular, or you don't get your period. Then definitely go and check it out, or, you know, go to the doctor. Don't self-diagnose. This is just my experience, and everyone is completely different. But yeah, it's, you know, if you do go to the GP, your version of polycystic ovaries may be completely different. I mean, I know so many people who have polycystic ovaries and who have conceived easily. They didn't have any issues. It wasn't even it was just, you know, click their fingers and they're pregnant, and they have polycystic ovaries. So it is very different for other people. I just happen to not be able to get pregnant very easily. So yeah, that's I guess the first step of my infertility, which I've known for a very long time. Again, since 2012, I think I started trying maybe 2017, I think. So yeah, it was like 5 years that I knew about it, and that it worried me. It did worry me a lot. So yeah, and I think then I might have been 18. Yeah, I think I was 18, and then maybe started trying at 23. I think that's about right. My maths isn't great, but I think that's about right. So yeah, it's been a long time that I've known about it, and luckily I mean, this sounds crazy to say, but luckily I had those that kidney infection. Otherwise I would have just thought I was a baby, and I probably would have never got it checked out until maybe a bit older. Maybe when I did start trying, I would have, that might be the time when I found out, oh, you've got polycystic ovaries. I guess I was lucky that I did have that kidney infection, and I had to have an internal scan. One of the most annoying, I think, symptoms for me is the weight gain. I've always been very, very slim, probably too slim at times when I was in school, and out of nowhere I just I put on weight, and I don't think that I'm, huge, but it's just weight that I'm not used to, and that because I was so comfortable in the skin that I was in before, having this change has made it more difficult to kind of just deal with the fact that I'm going to be a bit heavier than I was before. And even I exercise, and I try to eat good. I do have my bad days, but I do try to eat good, and even still it's so difficult to get that weight off, and keep it off is the most important thing. It's like, as soon as you do have a cheat day, or what's it called, or like you let yourself go, you just think, oh god, it's going to take me about 2 weeks to lose to lose that weight again. And sometimes it doesn't feel worth it, but it's very, very difficult, the weight management. It's very, very hard. The other thing as well with the diet, I mean, no doctor has told me, but I recently read online about carbs, how much carbs you should be eating as someone with polycystic ovaries. And I've never been good at like counting calories and counting the amount of carbs I eat and stuff. So I just cut down. Instead of having a plate of spaghetti bolognese, I will have like half a cup of spaghetti with the bolognese, and then the rest of the plate would just be vegetables. That's how I've managed to I guess diet. I don't really like the word diet because I don't do diets, but that's the best way that I can describe it. That's the only way that I've been able to get my carbs down, because I can't remember what it was. I probably should have done my research before doing this video, but there's something about carbs and insulin that are bad when you've got polycystic ovaries. And obviously with insulin, I say obviously, like everyone knows, not even I know, insulin is like a big factor in the weight gain. So that's the kind of link there. I don't know the science behind it, but that's the kind of link. So apparently people with polycystic ovaries should lower their intake of carbohydrates, which is what I have been doing, and it has helped me lose a little bit of weight. But yeah, again, it's hard because all I crave is carbs and rubbish food, cakes and sugar and donuts, and of course, for those of you who don't know, I'm a cake maker, so it's extremely difficult for me to abide by those rules of lowering my carb count, but I have to do it if I want to maintain my weight, and that's something that people without polycystic ovaries wouldn't have to do. They'd be able to have cheat days and just exercise and eat healthy normally, and they'll drop weight and be fine, whereas it is very difficult for women with polycystic ovaries like me. So yeah, if you feel like you do have any of these symptoms, or if you've watched this and you think, oh, maybe I should get myself checked, please do. And please comment and let me know what you think. Or if you do have polycystic ovaries, like, and you know more facts than I do, because I'll be honest, I'm not great at it, please comment and let me know, and tell me what, you know, if there are things that you think I should know on the carb front, or diet, or exercise, or I don't know, excess of hair, whatever you feel. Yeah, do let me know. And of course, if you are into these kind of videos, and you know this is what you're trying to watch on YouTube to get a better understanding, or to, like I said in my intro video, to not feel more alone, then please do subscribe, because I do have more videos coming. I mean, I'll have a similar video to this based on endometriosis, which is another issue that I have. I will have videos on surgery, because with polycystic ovaries, sorry, one of the treatments is surgery, which I have had, but I'll go into that in another video. There will be a video on miscarriage, which is obviously something that I've gone through, unfortunately. There'll be videos on all of the things that I've been through with infertility, so please stay tuned if that's what you want to see.